Imagine a world where your thoughts are no longer your own, where AI can decode your memories, predict your decisions, and read your intentions before you utter a single word. Not in a decade, not in science fiction, but now. Welcome to the rapidly evolving frontier of neurotechnology, where artificial intelligence is no longer just analyzing our data, it's starting to interpret our minds. The human brain, long considered the last bastion of personal privacy, is being mapped, modeled, and decoded. The implications are staggering. This is the eye-opening journey into how mind-reading AI is being built, who's building it, how it works, and the terrifying consequences if we're not careful. What is neurotechnology really? Neurotechnology refers to tools that interact directly with the human nervous system, especially the brain. These tools include neural implants, non-invasive EEG headsets, advanced neuroimaging devices like fMRI and MEG. At their core, these systems aim to capture electrical signals in the brain and convert them into digital data that machines can process. In simpler terms, they let machines understand your thoughts. It's like translating the raw electrical activity of your mind into a language AI can understand and respond to. That idea was once pure fantasy. Today, it's active research. In many cases, it's already reality. How AI learns to read your mind. The science behind mind-reading AI is complex, but here's the basic idea. 1. Data collection. Researchers use devices like EEG caps, implanted electrodes, or fMRI machines to record brain activity. 2. Signal processing. These signals are cleaned, filtered, and organized to isolate patterns that correspond to specific thoughts, emotions, or intentions. 3. AI training. Machine learning models, often using deep neural networks, are trained to recognize those patterns and correlate them with external stimuli. And the results? At the University of Texas, AI models were trained to reconstruct full sentences that people were only thinking using fMRI scans. In Japan, researchers recreated images people were looking at directly from brain data with alarming accuracy. Meta, Facebook, is building interfaces that decode silent speech from neural signals. No speaking necessary. We are entering an era where your brain waves can be read as easily as your browser history. Who's leading the neurotech race? This isn't just about academic curiosity. Some of the world's most powerful corporations, entrepreneurs, and governments are racing to dominate neurotechnology. Neuralink. Founded by Elon Musk, Neuralink is building brain implants designed to create a high-bandwidth bridge between the human mind and machines. Their long-term vision? Merging humans with AI. Synchron. A direct competitor already in human trials. Their device allows people with paralysis to control computers using only thought. Kernel. Founded by tech entrepreneur Brian Johnson, Kernel is building helmets that scan brain activity to enhance memory, learning, and emotional awareness. Meta and Apple. Both companies are investing in neural interfaces as the next major leap in computing. DARPA. The U.S. military's research agency is funding mind-controlled drones, soldier AI symbiosis, and rapid decision-making tools. China. Chinese researchers are developing systems to detect emotions, loyalty, and productivity through brain monitoring headsets. Some already tested on factory workers and school children. What was once science fiction has now become a multi-billion-dollar arms race. The benefits: hope for millions. Let's be clear, not all of this is scary. In fact, some applications of neurotechnology are profoundly life-changing. People with ALS or paralysis can type messages, control prosthetic limbs, or even speak again using only their thoughts. Patients with locked-in syndrome, once completely cut off from the world, can now communicate through BCIs. Neurofeedback therapy is being used to treat anxiety, PTSD, ADHD, and chronic pain by helping patients retrain their brainwaves. In education, systems are being developed that detect when students are distracted or confused, allowing real-time adjustment of teaching. In healthcare, early detection of Alzheimer's or Parkinson's through subtle changes in brain patterns could become routine. For those suffering, neurotech is a gift, but for society as a whole, it's a challenge we're barely prepared to face. The threat to mental privacy. Here's where things take a dark turn. If your thoughts can be read, who owns them? If your feelings can be tracked, who controls that data? Employers could monitor your attention levels during work. Governments could screen for political or ideological beliefs. Advertisers could target your subconscious biases before you even realize them. This goes far beyond tracking clicks or likes. We're talking about surveillance of the human mind. Chile has taken a bold step forward, becoming the first country to propose a neuro rights law, which recognizes the right to mental privacy, the right to personal identity, the right to cognitive liberty. But most of the world, no regulation, no oversight, no limits. It's the Wild West of your brain. From reading minds to writing them even more unsettling, scientists are not just reading minds. They're starting to write to them. Using a process called neuromodulation, electrical or magnetic stimulation is applied to the brain to enhance memory, suppress trauma, alter mood, shift decision-making patterns. What happens when AI decides what part of your brain to stimulate based on patterns it has learned? We're venturing into territory where thoughts, preferences, and even beliefs could be engineered. It raises a question no society has ever had to answer. If your thoughts can be influenced, is free will still real? Military and political consequences. Militaries are moving fast. DARPA has developed brain-computer systems that allow soldiers to control swarms of drones with their thoughts. China has tested brain-scanning headsets in classrooms to measure attention, fatigue, and even loyalty to the state. Imagine a battlefield where soldiers communicate with machines telepathically, a police force that uses brain scans to detect dangerous intent, a court system where guilt is decided by neurological patterns, not evidence. This is not science fiction. These are pilot programs already underway. And without global policy, mind control, literal or psychological, could become the next form of authoritarian power. Big tech wants your thoughts. Tech companies already track your screen time, clicks, location, and voice. Now they're after something even more valuable, your cognitive data. Headsets equipped with brain sensors are already being tested for virtual reality and gaming. The goal? Learn what makes your brain light up. What images trigger emotion? What phrases create trust? What colors make you buy? This could lead to the most powerful marketing machine ever created. Advertising that targets your brain before you know what you want. It's not about products, it's about control. Humanity at a crossroads. So where do we go from here? We stand at a historic moment. One path leads to medical miracles, enhanced cognition, liberation for the disabled. The other path leads to psychological exploitation, mental manipulation, the end of mental sovereignty. This is not a call to fear progress. It's a call to govern it before it governs us. Because once the boundaries of your mind are breached, they may never be rebuilt. Final reflection, thought is no longer free. The most intimate space you possess, your mind, was once considered untouchable. Today it's a data set. AI is approaching the gates of consciousness. The only question that remains, will you stand guard or will you let them in? Because in the age of neurotech, awareness isn't paranoia.